Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Transform You Live show. Today, we're diving deep into something I think you'll find both fascinating and maybe a little bit surprising. Don't forget to smash that like button, drop a comment with your thoughts after you're done listening to the entire episode, and also share this around with somebody you know. So, I recently had the chance to attend one of those Donald Trump rallies. As you can see, I got the hat here to prove it. Right here in my very own city that I was born and raised in. Milwaukee. And let me tell you, it was something else. It was something else. This isn't about picking sides, everybody. I'm not formally endorsing anyone. It's about connecting the dots. Let's connect the dots. Let's get to the truth of the matter. Looking at the energy of the people and understanding the real heartbeat of our Midwest community. My Midwest community. And I want to just invite you in. Rather you here right now because you support one side or the other, or even if you're just a little bitty bit curious and you're a curious soul trying to get some fresh perspective on our country's vibe and all that good stuff in between, I promise you and guarantee you today's episode will give you a new lens to view things. You need those goggles on. So stick with me for the next hour and let's peel back the layers on what makes these gatherings so electric and so revealing. We'll be right back.
And we'll be right back. Come with me, let's rap. Take a trip and we back. And we'll be right back. I stand for what you stand for. Hey, I get on the mic and I transform. Follow me on this world tour. The asteroid that you can't avoid. Follow me.
All right, welcome back, everybody. So let me picture this for you. And I want you to picture it and visualize it very clear and close, okay? It's about 4 days before the election, before election day. And I'm walking up to the Pfizer Forum in downtown. The crowd's buzzing, right? It's a mix of Wisconsin locals and Illinois visitors. And we're all piled up into this massive arena called the Pfizer Forum. Now, I've been to my fair share of Bucks games and other events at the Pfizer Forum, but what struck me immediately was this unity. You know what it was like? It was like the Bears and the Packers, they were finally hugging it out. Well, almost. I mean, how often do you see Illinois folks and Wisconsin folks in the same place at once and not yelling about which state had better cheese or has better cheese? You know, it was like Midwest harmony at its finest, folks. And I know my grandpa, God rest his soul, a Chicago resident for the end of his life, would be so proud. Now, while Harris's rally felt very organized and formal, Trump's rally was different, laid back, but super energized. You know what it's like? It's like going from a tight corporate seminar to an old-fashioned town fair where everyone knows your name. And trust me, they did have a DJ. They had a DJ that was on fire. The DJ was playing everything from DJ Khaled, to Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline. Bum, bum, bum. Yep, they had everyone rocking out. While we waited for Trump's arrival, he was running a little bit late because he was coming from giving a speech at another rally somewhere else. Okay, so one thing that stood out was the way people were connected. Midwest charm was in full force, everybody. Strangers striking up conversations, sharing laughs, and even folks holding spots in line for each other. Amazing. There was this underlying vibe of togetherness, and I think that, you know, it really speaks volumes when you think about it. It speaks volumes about the Midwest mindset in general. So we're here for each other, even when our opinions don't line up. I mean, that's truly a real thing here in the Midwest. That's something I wish we could see more of, and it be very evident in the rest of the nation and in media. And get this, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., he made a surprise appearance, everybody. A surprise appearance. I didn't expect him. No one announced that he was here. The crowd went wild when he came out, and he shared some pretty bold thoughts on making America healthier, talking about things he prayed for years to achieve. Very heart moving. His words about food safety and children's health really hit home, especially for somebody like me who has children. Now, I know I wasn't the only one in there thinking maybe we should add more organic options and snacks to the platform while we at it. Yeah. All right, folks, I'm hitting pause for a quick second because I have something just for you. If this kind of content resonates with you, if you're someone who wants to dig much deeper into topics like these, the topics that help you find balance or just get more tools for personal growth, I got a special offer just for you. Right now, you can get the Holistic Guide on Mental Health, my book that I've written that was published this year, free, exclusively free, and I'll ship it out to you personally when you join my Transform You Mastery Coaching Program. You'll get access to courses, resources on managing burnout, and ebooks that are packed with strategies to help you take control of your mental and spiritual well-being. But this offer is only available for a limited time only, people. A limited time only. So it's very crucial right now that you hit the link in the description. Come right back after you hit the link. Hit that link to claim your free book, and you yourself and anyone else that's shared with can start transforming today. Now let's get back to the rally. Let's talk about merch. Now, these rallies are like mobile marketplaces. You had vendors selling everything from the iconic red hats, like the one I got on right now, to t-shirts with all kind of crazy sayings. Let's say, maybe not crazy, but more like creative slogans. But the real surprise was that people, they were actually polite and actually respectful without picking through the tables. And that's like, it's actually another testament to the Midwest politeness that we so much embrace and so much wear on our sleeves. On top of that, this rally brought in major revenue for Milwaukee. I mean, they made an aggressive amount of money. Shout out to Anton Daniels. From the hotels to the restaurants and even street vendors were seeing a surge. I mean, huge surge. It's a solid reminder of the economic impact that these events can have. It's amazing, regardless of which side you're on. I mean, you can agree that like maybe even, benefiting a little bit in your own community is a major plus, right? Now, I want to dive in to the main event. This is the most important part that we're going to talk about because, there's some seriousness in this and, I'm going to also, highlight some things that is quite obvious. Trump's speech. That's what I'm talking about. You know what he's like? He's like a rock star out there, engaging with the crowd, cracking jokes, and then most importantly, just taking the time just to suck it all in and be in the moment.
We just left Green Bay. We had a great event. Was anybody at the one in Green Bay? That was shook his hand. I said, man, that's the biggest hand I've ever seen. His fingers were like sausages. That's why he could throw a ball 80 yards, right?
That resonates a lot with me. I like that. He touched on issues like immigration and job security. And you know what? These topics, they matter a lot to communities like ours. Whether you agree or disagree, it's an overwhelming majority that agrees with what I just said. The crowd loved it, so that's validation right there, especially when he spoke about the importance of protecting Midwest jobs and values. I'm going to take a pause and let that sink in for you. Pause over. But what really struck me, it was his approachability, right? He came off as relatable to his supporters. While Harris's rally, on the other hand, and I've been to it, it had a lot of celebrities, and then it had all these polished speeches. And what I liked about Trump's, it felt raw. It felt really raw. It was like a conversation with an old friend. And you sprinkle it a little bit with zingers and laugh out loud moments. Which at one point, he even joked about his microphone quality. I mean, he literally took it off the microphone.
I was wondering what the hell they were shouting. I think this mic stinks. And then we don't pay the contractor. I say, don't pay the contractor. And then they write a story. Trump doesn't pay his bills. The mic is terrible. I had another one. You know what? I've done 3 of these today. Somebody said.
Holder and held it like a true MC. And it was like he was saying that like the microphone was as reliable as his boss. Moments like that, it broke the intensity, and it reminded everyone to just breathe a little bit and laugh a little. We could all use a bit of that, right? Right? I mean, right?
Hey, listeners, before we dive into today's episode, I've got a quick message for anyone looking to make a real impact with their brand. Here at the Transform You live show, we're all about bringing transformative stories and insights to over 20,000 plus listeners each week, and now we're opening the door for new sponsors and advertisers to join us on this journey. If you're looking to get your brand in front of a highly engaged, motivated audience, we'd love to partner with you. Imagine your message here reaching listeners who are passionate about growth, wellness, and transformation, just like you. It's easy to get started. Just shoot us a message over to our website at www.transformoomedia.com. Let's create something powerful together. Now, let's get into the show.
So you probably want to know, what's the takeaway here? What gives, Marcus? Okay, we get it. Whether you're Team Trump, Team Harris, or somewhere in between, there's a lot to be said. I mean, there's a ton to be said about how these rallies really connect with people in different ways. All right? And if you've been to one, I'd like to hear what your thoughts are. But being here in the Midwest, we value people who are authentic. We value kindness, and most importantly, community. And Trump's rally, it brought that out. I mean, man, brought it out in ways that I didn't even expect. I mean, this was my first one, my first time ever hearing Trump speaking publicly. I've broken down the experience a little bit more detail in my latest article, which is on my Medium publication. I want to invite you to go deeper with me by reading the article because I dive deeper into each segment. I provide insights that you just won't get from the news because, like I said, I was right there on the ground. I had the opportunity to breathe the environment. So if you're curious, I invite you to click the link in the description to read the full story. Very free. I think you'll find it enjoyable. Now, as we close here, I want to thank you for tuning in today. And remember, the Transform You live show is here to guide you through the things that matter most in these turbulent times. I'm not here to sway you. I'm not here to persuade you to vote one way or the other. I do want to ask you to vote, okay? Exercise your right to vote. It's very, very crucial that you be involved and be an active participant in what happens with your future. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment below with your thoughts. That is very much appreciated. I love to hear your perspective on these rallies or anything else that you may want to share. I mean, feel free to bounce back what you think of how I presented today's information with you. And don't forget, grab your free book when you join the Transform You Mastery Program. Until next time, let's stay true, stay inspired, and stay connected. Many blessings, peace, and lots of love.
I stand for what you stand for. I'm at your door like the landlord. I can see the future, yeah, I fast forward. I get on the mic and I transform. Follow me, I'm in rare form. Follow me on this world tour. The asteroid that you can't avoid.